And we are live. I'm Adam. This is Open Late. And tonight I am opening the Mattel Jurassic Park Hammond collection, Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus? I don't know. Either or, doesn't matter. It's a dinosaur. I'm opening up a dinosaur. As it turns out, I'm starting to build a little bit of a dinosaur collection. I have them gathered around me right now. And I went from 0 to well, how many? Two, like 7 in 2024. No, end of 2023 into 2024, but still, it's pretty crazy. As somebody that's not a dinosaur guy, and then on top of that, of course, I have the Armies of Ashmore stuff coming. So I don't know that I can still say that I don't collect dinosaur toys, if I'm being objective about it. Uh, Star says copyright strike. So that's a bit of a joke. I don't know if it's Mattel or if is it Universal that owns Jurassic Park? Like, anyway, people have gotten copyright strikes for having, Jurassic Park stuff early. This is not early. This thing came out ages ago, so I'm not sure I need to be worried about that. It was just a joke. I did get a copyright strike because I on Instagram because I posted or was it on, I don't know. I got a copyright strike for posting a Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem picture that everybody else had already posted. But anyway, Master Versal Toy Hunter is here. Eldor says, Hammond collection. I just picked up the Hammond collection Brachiosaurus before Christmas. That one I really, really want. Brachiosaurus is one of those dinosaurs that I didn't really know. Okay, I've said this before. Like my exposure to dinosaurs is really Jurassic Park. I didn't know many dinosaurs until Jurassic Park. But when that Brachiosaur, like that scene with the Brachiosaurus where they're in the Jeep and it's the first dinosaur that they see, I didn't even know that Brachiosaurus was a dinosaur, right? I didn't know that it existed. And then to see it, I was like, whoa, that's a cool dino. So that's on my short list of Hammond collection dinosaurs to get. It's a pretty short list, to be honest. The list isn't that long because the Hammond collection isn't that big. Star says long eyes. So Ankylosaurus. Is that right? Ankylosaurus? I think I say it both ways, but I don't know. Brachiosaurus will stand up on its hind legs. That's pretty fantastic. That's pretty fantastic. For a guy who's not a dinosaur guy, certainly have and a lot more on the way. So yeah, like I said, I'm not entirely sure if I can really say that I'm not a dinosaur guy. I should have said I don't collect dinosaurs, but that's changed. So now I do collect dinosaurs because I like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool. I mean, everybody likes dinosaurs, don't they? Anyways, I'm opening the Ankylosaurus today. Let's take a look at the packaging. All of the Hammond collection, well, to the best of my knowledge, I only have 2. So I'm probably not the best person to make this call. But I was going to say all of the Hammond collection figures come in this similar box, this sort of black containment unit type of box. And Ankylosaurus down on the bottom there, 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. That's bonkers. I will be 42 this year, which means that I was 12 when I went to Jurassic Park for my birthday. That was what I wanted to do for my birthday party, was go to Jurassic Park. And I took some friends. It was a ton of fun. It was I mean, when I was 10, those velociraptors jumping out, that was pretty freaky stuff. Anyways, On the side, we get a nice little picture of the dino. He is from Jurassic Park 3, the best of the trilogy. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure this is a digital render on the box. A little bit of an Ankylosaurus bio there. He's a tank. He's just the armored tank. One of my favorite dinos for sure. I didn't even realize he was in Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 sucks. And I don't know which dinos are in which movie. I don't really care either. So many of them are not accurate, based on what they did with them. There was some interpretation of the dinosaurs in the Jurassic Park. Stop here. Hammond collection on the other side. It's not that exciting. The box isn't that exciting, and that's great because I'm going to throw it in the recycling bin anyway. But yeah, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is fantastic. The second one and the third one are kind of crap. I think Jurassic World was pretty good too. I'm watching that Camp Cretaceous show, but I put it on in the background when I'm working in the office. It's okay. No complaints about that show. But really, it's about the dinos, right? So let's get this guy out of the box. And Star, just for you, I pre-cut the tape so that I don't have to use my big knife. There we go. Let's get this guy out of the box. Let's get rid of the box. Inside the box, we get this little insert, which looks... Okay, so this is interesting. It looks like, one of the dinosaur paddocks. So you got like the fencing, the electric fencing on the top, and then some concrete there to keep the dinos in. Now, it's in this weird orange, this amber color. It's not orange, it's amber. Amber. The mosquito, right? But you can't use it for anything. It's orange, so that's getting recycled too. If they had done it like a photo, you would have been able to use it. So this guy's tucked in here nicely. Now I do have to use my scissors because he does have... He's got a seatbelt on for the trip, I guess. He's a turtle. It just looks like a turtle. But no, he has a tail. So, of course, you're going to put the tail on. Now, presumably, yes, there is an orientation to this tail. It's on a ball joint, so it doesn't really matter. I can plug it in and then sort of adjust. And there we go. Get his legs oriented correctly. The two Hammond collection figures that I have this stamp on the foot, which is kind of cool. I like the little detail. Not that it matters. It's on the bottom of the foot. It's not accurate. Obviously, they didn't have a stamp on the bottom of their foot. But still, a little detail here, a little detail there. What that reminds me of, to me, that's kind of a throwback to like the original Jurassic Park toys that had the stamp on their legs, that JP stamp with the symbol. It kind of reminds me of that, so I kind of like it. But like I said, you're never going to see it, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Get this guy in a little bit of a walking pose, but he doesn't. I don't know how dinosaurs walk, so I'm just guessing. All right. There he is, out of the box. Let me just quickly jump into the comments, see what's going on. Eldor says, Brachiosaurus is all I have from the Hammond collection, but I have seen the smaller Stegosaurus, Velociraptor, and a few of the humans. I haven't seen in store. I haven't seen anything in store. Otherwise, there's probably a better chance that I would have had more of these figures. to be perfectly honest, I had to order these. I ordered these from Mike at eCollectibles.ca, which is where I get pretty much all my toys anyway. So I got the T-Rex on Black Friday, and then I got this guy just because I thought the T-Rex might be a little bit lonely, and because this guy's my favorite. So the Star says, I almost missed the first film in theaters as I was still on an Aliens and Predators high and didn't want to see anything that would have taken my mind off those films. Well, I'm glad that you did, because I think that's Jurassic Park. I think is one of those movies that's like a cinematic kind of landmark in a way. That was like, it's not a great story, but it's a very, very well executed movie. Game Quest is here, says, good evening, all Dino Riders. Wait, yeah, not quite Dino Riders, not quite Cyberzoic. So part of the reason I've gone down this Hammond collection rabbit hole is also because the Cyberzoic stuff is coming. The Hammond collection happens to be in the same scale as the Beasts of the Mesozoic and the Cyberzoic stuff. So these guys are definitely going to be sort of part of that larger collection. Now, I mentioned that for Black Friday, I got the T-Rex. So before I sort of get into this guy and sort of mess around with this guy and check the articulation out, stuff like that, he looks really good. Or maybe I'll talk a little bit about this guy, and then I'll talk about the T-Rex, because I didn't do an unboxing or anything because he's gigantic and the box didn't fit in this space. But anyway, here is the Ankylosaurus. He's got plenty of articulation in the tail. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation, and they're all, you get rotation. They're all like ball joints. So, you can get the tail to go pretty far either way, and it'll move pretty well. Like really well. I'm quite surprised, quite pleased, because that also helps with getting this guy displayed on a shelf. Nothing through the torso, the abdomen. My well, I'll get to a comparison with a Beast of the Mesozoic figure shortly. So then I'll talk a little bit more about the plastics, but this is just inexpensive Mattel hard plastic. These things don't hold a candle to the Creative Beast Studio stuff as far as just overall quality. The articulation is okay. I like this articulation is okay. It's not too far off the Beast of the Mesozoic, but figure quality, paint quality, all that kind of stuff, this does not hold a candle to those things. I think his little mouth opens. His tiny little mouth. There he is. There's his little mouth. Nah, he's more of a closed mouth kind of a dino, I think. Anyway, yeah, like I said, articulation, 2 ball joints, I believe, in the at the base of the neck, and then sort of in the head. So you get good articulation. He can look left and right. He can look up and down pretty well too. Not that he's gonna. I mean, he might need to look up at the T-Rex. He might need to look up and shout at the T-Rex. So let's see. I'm gonna put him over here. Let's see if I can even fit the T-Rex in. So as I said, the other Hammond collection dino that I got is the T-Rex. There you go. Wow, wow, wow. Doesn't that look great on screen? Oh boy, oh boy. Start. You're gonna cut the dino. I didn't cut the dino. I am a professional. Opener of toys. So don't worry about me. Okay, let me see if I can adjust my camera to get a little more T-Rex. There you go. Let's hold on. Can I get a little more T-Rex? He's big. So here I was thinking that 1/18 scale dinos wouldn't take up that much space and I'd be fine, and it wouldn't really affect my overall sort of space danger for my collection. And I decided to get this guy. There's T-Rex. And if you were hanging out on Sunday when Austin and I were talking about space danger, you'll know that that's not the biggest dino that I currently have in my office. I also got I don't know what collection this is, but this is also a Jurassic Park dino. This is the Mamenchisaurus. I don't know. It's like a big sauropod. A really big sauropod. There's his head. This is hello. This is roughly the size of that Brachiosaurus, Eldar. But a very nice dino, a nice addition. I have no idea where I'm going to put that guy. T-Rex is great. This thing is awesome. Apart from its, clown feet, he's got these giant clown feet, which I think is just so that he can stand up, which, whatever, I'm okay with that. They're way too big for T-Rex, but they're fine for a 1/18 scale toy T-Rex. Paint's pretty good. Articulation's quite good. I would have liked maybe one more point of articulation in the tail. I think there's like a wire in the end of the tail here, but it doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't work very well. Anyway, I'm going to keep his tail pretty straight, so I'm not really that worried about it. I'm quite surprised by how much articulation there is in the leg. Like, you get, it's on something of a ball joint, so you get, like, you can get it to, I can't show it because he's too big, but he's got a double jointed knee. He's got a joint there. He's got it's a ball joint for the foot. And you can get good articulation out of the legs. So I'm very impressed with the legs. The tail is fine. These arms have a terrible little joint. It took me forever to get this one to move. I still haven't gotten the other one to move. But I can't show you that either. Hold on, wait for it. There, you can sort of see I was able to get this one to sort of fold in a little bit more. This one's like sticking right out. Like, I can't get it to sit nicely because the way they did the shoulder joint is backwards. It's as though it's like they've sort of put the shoulder joint in sort of 90 degrees to what you'd think it should be. If that makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but anyway, trust me, the shoulder joints are weird. The only other weird thing that's going on is that this piece in the neck is a different plastic. Most of it is that hard plastic. The tail is soft. This piece is soft. And then there's some weird stuff going on in his mouth, which I'll show you in a sec. But you can see how there's a slightly different finish to this piece because of the different plastic, which is, again, as I said, fine. It's a 1/18 scale toy Tyrannosaurus Rex. Then you can open his big old mouth. He opens his mouth really wide. The tongue is articulated. Like, this thing is really fun. And he's got these rubber cheek bits, which is great for posing because it gets out of the way when you close it. But how cool is that? How angry is that T-Rex? And he's got these eyes that sort of like, they kind of look like marbles, like it's like a glass eye kind of thing. Anyway, we're not here for T-Rex. We're here for this adorable little guy. And he's great. He's fantastic. Let's get T-Rex out of the way. He's too big anyway. He takes up too much of the screen. There, that's better. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Are you going to try to fit some cyberware on this guy? I'm going to try to fit cyberware on all of them. I'm hoping that the cyberzoic armor is adjustable enough that I'll be able to use some of these. To the best of my knowledge, like, people that are Beasts of the Mesozoic collectors have kind of said, like, that these scale very well with the Mesozoic figures. So I think there's a good chance that some armor will fit, and even if it doesn't, I mean, they can kind of live, in the same world, in the same shelf. So, um, Brick says, I've been wanting the Ankylo, but haven't seen it. Still have to unbox my Carnotaurus. I went back and forth on that Carnotaurus, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just get the Cyberzoa Carnotaurus. So I am going to wait on getting a Carnotaurus. Because that one I think will just be nicer. And I don't need two Carnotaurus. The articulated mouth is awesome. Did you mention a price point for this one? For this guy, I don't know. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. I think this guy is like $25 US dollars. I think. I can't even remember how many Canadian dollars it was. I should probably pay attention to that stuff. Price point wise, the Hammond collection stuff is I think very, very well priced for what you get. I would strongly recommend it. As far as value for money in a 1/18th scale dinosaur, I don't know that there's better value for money. If you want a toy, if you want scientifically accurate and all that kind of stuff, then maybe there's a better option. But for price point, these are great. And as far as being toys, like, I'm not worried about my kids playing with these because they're built to be toys, right? So Eldor says the T-Rex is one I would like to get. It's fantastic. And I honestly resisted for a long time. I had tons of people telling me that the T-Rex was awesome, and they were not lying. It is a fantastic figure. Brick says, yeah, T-Rex is one of his favorite toys. Absolutely. Eldor has 2 of the super colossal T-Rex. Yeah, you might not need the Hammond collection one. Although he's more in scale with this stuff. So if you want it in a 1/18th scale, that super colossal is almost in like a 1/12 scale, if I'm not mistaken. I really wanted one of those. Admittedly, I just didn't buy it because I didn't know where I would put it. And I'm glad that I didn't, now that I'm sort of doing 1/18th scale dinos. Star, isn't this Amanda's T-Rex? No, it's my T-Rex. The Memenchosaurus was Santa's gift to Amanda. Yeah. You're gonna be spoiled by that T-Rex. I love creative beast stuff, but I love big dinos that don't need a stand. Yes. And yeah, the soft plastic cheeks are rad. I opened that. When did I open that? I think I opened that on Saturday when I was hanging out in the clubhouse. Let's see. Brick says your finish looks different than mine on the neck. Oh, weird. I wonder if there's like different batches. I wonder if mine's the bad one. Actually, I think there is 2 batches. I think the later batch, they fixed that neck piece, and I think they fixed the eyes too, if I'm not mistaken. Mine, I think, is an early release one, and I just got it late. And I was okay with that. Eldor, I do wish they popped in John Hammond with the Hammond collection Brachiosaurus. Those two kind of go hand in hand. Yeah. I mean, those big ones, like the T-Rex, the Brachiosaur, like the ones that are bigger, I feel like should have a figure packed in, and just add a few bucks more, just because why not, right? Stars, I've got those cheap bits too. Amanda says T-Rex always takes center stage. Yep. Until you get some of the other stuff. Well, no. I know some Cyberzoic dinos that are coming that I'm pretty excited about, but I don't know that they've been like officially announced. So they're gonna have some like big dinos to go with the T-Rex, that are gonna give T-Rex a bit of a run for his money, I think. Eldor says Brachiosaurus has the same eye effect, but the head is bigger than the legacy Brachiosaurus. And Amanda says, I was just about to say I'm not just about the Ankylo. Yeah, it is. He's here. But we're also comparing it with other, dinos. And like I said, scale-wise, like if I grab my Mesozoic dinos, here, we'll put him in the middle. Put Avaceratops on one side. And we'll put the Xeno on the other side. And I, again, don't have enough room because the Xenoceratops is huge. But, okay, so he's roughly in scale, with the Avaceratops, which is sort of the smaller of the ceratopsians from the Beasts of the Mesozoic series. Definitely a lot wider, as you can see, if I can get them to sort of sit next to each other. There we go. He's like twice as wide, but remember I was talking about the plastic, this sort of hard plastic, this toy plastic that they use for a lot of this dinosaur. It's not as bad. I'm going to get Xenoceratops out of the way there. It's not as bad as the even cheaper line. So this is the Triceratops from who knows what line. But this, like the whole thing is like the hard plastic. That Mamenchosaurus is the same. This one, at least for, like the mouth, the tail, the legs, there's some different durometers going on. Yeah, I got a lot of dinos. It happened. Now this is the world that I live in now. But yeah, as I was saying, value for money, price point, these things are fantastic at, $25 or whatever this is. Well worth it because the sculpting and the articulation are really, really good. Articulation wise, like these are pretty comparable, really. The joints on this thing are much smoother. The joints on this feel like a $25 toy. But this feels heavier than this does, and it's not the same, volume. So the plastic that they use on these is fantastic. The paint, I mean, come on, it doesn't even compare. Look at the vibrant colors on this, all the different shading and through the stomach and through the side. This guy's not bad. I mean, there's a wash to the back, to the head, like the darker sort of brown plating all has a wash to it. It's done very, very well. This is just kind of molded, as is this, in this plastic that has sort of like speckle in it, so that it gives the illusion that there's like a paint app, but there's not a drop of paint, as far as I can tell, on any of these light brown parts. And what they do, the head is painted. I think the head is probably the only piece that's painted. I think it's cast in this darker color, and then the light is painted over. And the reason that I say that is because there's little spots where you can see the dark coming through. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, which is fine. It's probably for the best. But what they do is they basically cast this in one color, and they cast this in another color, and then they like sandwich all these pieces together. All the spikes are soft. This is a toy, right? This is for kids. But then the back bit is that hard plastic, and again, there's a plastic piece here, plastic piece here, and then probably an insert in between, and it just gets sandwiched together. So construction wise, this is a very, very basic way that they've done it, but it looks fantastic. As I said, it is a great toy. The Hammond collection, the two that I have, really impressed me. As I said, especially when you consider the price point and stuff like that, and how good the articulation is. What they've done as far as paint apps and sort of the wash, and then using that plastic that gives you the illusion that there's sort of something going on, is really good. It's effective. So I've got nothing bad to say about this Ankylosaurus or the Hammond collection. Um, and I've got my eye on a couple more. Um, because I don't need them all right away. But there's a couple more dinos I'd like to get. They got a Pachycephalosaurus that I would like to pick up. They have got a Ceralophosaurus. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. Um, the other dinosaurs. I want some of the other dinosaurs. Game Quest says, "Do you collect anything, Amanda?" Good question. She's getting there. She's right on the verge. I'm sure she's right on the verge. She is not a collector of anything, but she started playing with my toys a lot more recently, and I don't think it's going to be long before she's got a few more things in her own personal collection. So. Brick Carnival's on sale for $30 in December. Couldn't resist. Yes, and you're probably talking about Target. That Brachio was on clearance for like $30 too, and I think I missed it, so I think I'm probably gonna have to pay like full pop on that one. But what can you do? Life goes on. Star, I think you'll ever do custom paint jobs on some of these. Probably not. And like I've seen the custom paint jobs that people do, and there's if you go on Instagram and you look up the hashtag Hammond corrections, so not Hammond collection, but Hammond corrections, and people basically take the Hammond collection and like paint them up really, really nice, and they're gorgeous. I don't have the painting skills. B, I don't have the time. And C, I have this weird thing where if like, okay, so I get this guy, right? In order to be comfortable painting this, I would need a second one. I always keep like one of everything that I get totally stock. Totally stock. I don't like to change anything. I bought this toy to be this toy. I didn't buy this toy to paint it, if that makes sense. Now, getting this guy in hand, like if I wanted another one, I'd be like, okay, well, I'll get another one and then that one I'll paint. If that answers your question. And I don't intend to buy multiples of these. So the answer, the more direct answer is like probably not. I probably won't be buying a second one, so I probably won't be custom painting one. Plus I fully anticipate that I'm gonna get like a cyberzoic version of this guy too. So then I'll have kind of another paint job, if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. Lee 86, is Nanmu any good? I'm new to dinos. I'm new to dinos too, Lee 86. I'm just gonna call you Lee. So I don't know. I think it is, from what I hear, but I don't know. Really, what I know is the two Hammond collection dinos that I have, and then the two Beasts of the Mesozoic that I have, and then a handful of other Jurassic Park cheapo ones. And they're all fun. I mean, dinosaurs are fun. They're like big chonking toys, right? Like it's not Spider-Man. I don't need to get him into a Spider-Man pose. Like he's in a pose. I like that the tail has as much articulation as it does, because I can kind of play around with it. I like that the mouth opens. I like that the head can look around. If the legs were fixed, I wouldn't probably be upset. I'd be okay with that. I would just live with whatever pose they were in, if that makes sense. I'm not that picky. I'm really excited to get an Ankylosaurus. I did, an Ankylosaurus that what else is he gonna do? You know what I mean? Anyway. Star says Nan moves are awesome. One of the best lines on the market. Are they articulated or are they more of like a statue? Are they 1/18th scale as well? I like my toys to be articulated, even if I'm never going to move them. But let's see. let's see. Star says, also check out Pinso, Rebor, and W Dragon. You won't be disappointed. Zazel has joined the chat. What's going on, Zazel? Let's see. That dino reminds me of a salad? What? No, she doesn't have her own personal collection of AWOC. She will probably be getting one or two sooner rather than later because she loves to take Pale on adventures. So she might get one. She does have her own Plunderling, and then she has one of these dinosaurs. That the big boy is actually hers. And Amanda says Jason gets enough of her money already. That's true. That's true. Nanmus usually have articulated jaws. Okay, well, there we go. All right, I'm all caught up on the chat, and I'm all done unboxing this guy. So I think that's it for me for tonight. Kind of a short one, which is hopefully fine. I was just doing one dino, and he doesn't do much besides look equal parts threatening and adorable, I think. I mean, that's why I like this guy, because he looks like he would be a great pet. You know what I mean? He'd be a fun little guy to hang out with. I think he'd be like pretty warm and friendly and cuddly, despite the spikes and such. You gotta watch out for his tail, but look at that smile. Hi. Wouldn't he be a great pet? I'll make the T-Rex eat it. Well, I could, right? Because of this crazy jaw. Easily get that head in his mouth. Anyway, no, we don't want to do that. He's too cute and cuddly. He's too cute and cuddly to be eaten. I don't even think a T-Rex would want to eat it. Spikes aside, I don't think he'd want to eat it. But yeah, there you go. Ankylosaurus. A great little dino. A Hammond collection. If you want to pick up a couple dinos. The cheap Jurassic Park stuff is just that. It's pretty cheap. The Hammond collection stuff, I think, is a really, really great balance in terms of what you get for the price point. So, you know, if there's a Hammond dino that you're into, I would not hesitate to pick it up. They're priced well, like I said, and you see them pop up on sale. A sale price is even better if you can get it. And if not, I still think, like I said, they're pretty good value for money. So anyway, sad music. It's been a blast. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. It's always fun to open toys with you guys, because it is more fun to open toys with friends. What do I got going on? What do we got going on? Sunday, we've got Monkey Business. Brick is going to join me to talk about... Well, we're going to talk about AWOC comic books, because we haven't for a while. I think we're going to talk a little bit of speculative talk about what we think might happen in issue 5, what we think might happen going forward. This is news to Brick, by the way. I just decided this earlier. But yeah, we're going to talk AWOC. We're going to talk about figures. We might talk about Kickstarter. We might talk about conventions. We might, who knows? We'll just hang out and chat for an hour and a half. So hopefully you guys can join me and Brick for that on Sunday. And then between now and then, hopefully I will have another video up, an unboxing, not live. But I got some G.I. Joe classified figures I need to unbox, and I've got a couple figura obscura that I need to unbox. I got the retailer versions of the Headless Horseman and Papa Noel. So I will be getting those videos up sooner rather than later, I hope. But in the meantime, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Stay warm. Bye-bye. Ankylosaurus.